I've been thinking almost constantly about the implications of Julian Jaynes' book on consciousness, and I heard this description I thought was so helpful I wanted to relay it to help my understanding and anyone else interested. In one of his lectures, Jaynes uses an example of how our immune system works in order to help us understand what consciousness is and is not, but I decided to take it just a bit further. Our white blood cells are capable of perception, which changes their behavior and creates a sense of memory for future behavioral changes. When a pathogen enters your bloodstream, your white blood cells detect it and then go to work to destroy it. It's as if they set off an alarm and communicate with other parts of your immune system and then ramp up their defenses and attack that invader. Not only that, but they create an ability to recognize this invader and our response to it just in case it comes back in the future. So our immune system, without the aid of our conscious control, completely on its own, perceives a stimulus, changes its behavior, communicates with other parts of itself, and creates a memory in order to adapt to the future. So already there we have perception, behavior change, communication, and memory. But I don't think anybody would refer to our white blood cells or our immune systems as conscious beings. So if perception, behavioral changes, communication, and memory are not the litmus test for consciousness, then what is? What we do differently is we have a sense of self. We have what we refer to as I, or a mind space that sees ourself and our behaviors in the third person and creates a narrative structure like a story to understand them and possibly adjust them for future adaptation. We do this through our use of metaphoric language, which is something only humans have. Our metaphoric language helps us create an abstract analog of reality, like a map in our minds, in order to understand the reality we are perceiving and mapping out. It gives us the structure to describe and conceive of ourselves and others. And because metaphoric language is the tool to do this, we can tie our special type of consciousness to the development of language, which brings development of consciousness closer to us historically than previously thought. We can even see the development of our special type of consciousness in the development of words and concepts in literature to describe what we call our mind and the ability for introspection. So what we see constantly throughout literature in the Greek stories, the biblical stories, and also Chinese and Tibetan literature is a gradual increase in language used to describe our ability for introspection and even its location. Older books of the Bible, like Amos, have zero talk of an inner sense of self or introspection, while newer books like Ecclesiastes are full of introspection. Consciousness is not simply the ability to perceive, remember, learn, or communicate. It is a special human feature that allows us to tell our story and empathize with others. Only human beings do that. Consciousness is something we learn and continue to learn with each new human being, which makes literacy and language early in life so crucial to our learning of not just the facts or acquisition of knowledge, but our ability to achieve consciousness and possibly increase that ability throughout the future. It's no coincidence that the amount of books in a home is so highly correlated with intelligence and success. Without language and writing, we have no consciousness.